We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Steve and Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2242. Today, Jill and I talk about the truth about adding houses to your land business. You got to do it. If you want to be incredibly successful at this, it really, really makes sense, especially right now, and we'll explain all that in a second.
Do you think just adding another property type is as valuable, or houses in particular?
Another property type.
Okay.
But for us, houses have worked really and continue to work really, really well, and I'll explain why.
Thanks.
You've done all this already. You've got you know either the research stage or you're already doing it. You're listening to this because you want to get better at it or get into it. And why not just add one little additional product type to the stuff that you're already doing anyway? You figured out the mail, you figured out all these systems.
True.
Just add a product type.
Cool.
Each day in the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum, and we take a deep dive into land-related topics by your request.
Okay, so today's question comes from Matt. Matt wrote, I have a title company claiming I need a boundary survey to get title insurance. I've only done a handful of deals, but I've not had this come up. Should I find a new title company, or is this legit? I think it's one of two things. One, you might be right, crazy title company. Two, it is actually a needed thing because the legal description there's something wrong with the legal. That could be.
Either way, ask them.
Yeah, why?
So if you have, there's two types. I completely agree with Jill. The 95% chance it's the former. It's
right.
A crazy agent. But these people at some of these real rural, really local title companies where there's only one, maybe two in the entire county, or they're two counties over, they do not want people buying their real estate. And so they have their own agenda. Believe me, I have so many stories about this. Yeah.
It is a real thing.
And so, but let's just say it's a second and they don't understand the legal description.
And then that would be.
If you have a legal description that says Lot 6, Block 3, and Section 24 of the XYZ subdivision, which is like where we live in cities and towns, that's what it is for the most part. If it's a rural piece of land, like you find out west specifically or in the south, and it's a large piece of property, maybe it's agriculture, it's going to read nothing like that. It's going to read the northeast quarter of the southeast quarter. That could potentially trigger to some escrow companies a need for a survey, largely because they're, like Jill said, they're issuing a title policy. Mm-hmm. They want to make sure that the policy that they're issuing, they know where it is and what it is and all of that.
True. In very, very rare situations, you're going to see you start at the road where it meets the rock to go to the tree, to this, to that. It's really good. Yeah. Stop at the well. And what if somebody took the well out or they covered it up? That would be the problem.
You see that in West Texas.
Like because now we don't know where it is.
The survey system was based not on a meets and bounds like everywhere else in the country. It was based on railroads.
And landmarks.
Right. And then you see it in some places on the East Coast. I've seen it in Delaware. It's just some places on the East Coast, like in Virginia. The state of Virginia is a class. It's a working case example of disastrous surveys and just disaster lot lines.
I wish you would have said what state. What would be cool. I wonder if we just nailed it.
Today's topic, the truth about adding houses to your land business. What does Jill have to say today?
Whoa, Jack. I barely have enough money to buy all these properties that I'm buying for $15,000 to $25,000 a pop. You want me to buy a house now? And you guys said, because I've been listening and following you for a long time, you guys said that, gosh, if it's sub $300,000, it's going to, the math may not work. I don't have $300,000. How am I going to do this?
Here's the deal. If you find in a Land Academy environment or not, if you have chosen your job in life is to find underpriced real estate transactions, the money will find you. Trust me. So forget about the money. just make it your job to locate great real estate deals in the beginning of your career. And so, and then if you're a Land Academy member, put it in the Discord. You're going to find people. There's so much money out there to buy, especially houses. I'll tell you why, because it's real easy to value a house. If everything in the entire area is selling for XYZ per square foot, or I'm a big fan of the cash breakpoint. There hasn't been a property here that has sold for less than $400,000 for a lot of years. Right. And I'm buying a property for $320,000. Believe me, please call us if that's the case.
Exactly.
So forget about the money. What you need to focus on, and Jill and I created a whole program called House Academy, just like Land Academy, where I talk about, and Jill and I talk about in the program, the differences between buying houses and reselling them and land. But here's the summary. It's a lot harder to find willing sellers to sell their houses, although it happens to us every week. But it's very feasible and possible. It's way easier to sell them. So if everything in the area is selling for around $400,000 to $450,000, you're going to send a mailer out in that area for around $300,000, $310,000, and somebody or a few people are going to call you back and say, I'm experiencing a life event, and I don't care about the price of this house. I need to get out of it. I want to get out of it, and I'm done. Please tell me what the next step is. That's what you're looking for. And then you help them. Here's the big difference. They need help. They don't know how to clean their house out. They might be embarrassed in the shape that it's in. We've seen it all. All kinds of stuff could be going. Maybe it's vacant and they inherited it, and they want to know what to do next or how to buy and sell. They probably never bought and sold a house by themselves before. True. And so they need you to take over the transaction in a very polite, courteous, intelligent, helpful way, which I think a lot of people get hung up on. They need their handheld. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them I've seen has some trigger. I'm so embarrassed about what's going on in my basement, or I have to leave in 3 weeks. Yeah. I'm going to leave. Can you just handle this whole thing? Right. So it's a huge convenience that they're throwing you the keys and saying, please finish it yourself for the most part. Right. You can't do that across state lines.
True. Not you being the boots on the ground. It doesn't work. You're right. You do need to have a local presence. Ensure that we're talking about the truth about it. There's so much value in adding another property type, especially something a little bit different than what you've been doing. I mean, you know how to do a deal. It's a different kind of a deal. There are moving parts. Do I have to turn on utilities? Yeah, you kind of do when you're going to sell it, because people are going to be looking at it and walking through it. Do I need to get insurance? Yeah, you kind of do, because we don't want, remember, if it burns down, there goes most of your value. So we need to do that. So there's other little things, nuances, like Jack said, which we do cover in our other program. But it's just such a smart, easier, like you said. It sounds, parts are harder, but selling it, I'm going to argue, easier, and buying it is definitely easier. Because like Jack said, it's really easy to look in a whole neighborhood and go, wow, this whole subdivision was all created in 1975, right? And I can tell some are updated, some are not, but no matter what, every 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a car, garage, and a pool, fill in the whatever it is, they've all went under contract inside of X days if they were priced like this. Done.
The valuation.
Beautiful to do that.
The valuation of these types of assets is crazy easy. Yeah. The internet's made it. All the algorithms that are out there have made this. You can just eyeball it, and you're almost always right. Yeah. So the other big difference is that you're buying, a vertical structure. And so you don't ever have an inspection on land. You might get a perk test in some places, but it's not part of our land business. You have an inspection on a house, and the inspection is going to come back, and a bunch of stuff's going to be in there. Like, this house needs a new roof. So you have to decide to adjust the price. There's a lot of little decisions that go along on the way, because you're buying something that is not just a vacant piece of land.
Very true.
It's all in houseacademy.com. It's crazy profitable. We don't do house deals unless we make $100,000. You only need to do 10 of them to make $1 million a year.
And here's the deal: the worse it is, the better it is for us. They don't know what to do. A lot of people won't get interested. Like a realtor would walk through and go, I don't know what to do with this, because you need a roof, you need that, you need this. I need all that taken down. I need new carpet. They don't know that. They didn't get that training.
And we don't, by the way, we do not renovate ever.
True.
We don't ask other people to renovate on our behalf. In the as is condition, we offer a price.
Yeah. Buy it and then sell it. And the bottom line is everybody, the right people, the seller sees all these negatives as a way to get out of it right now with your price. They'll take it. They don't have to do any of the work. There's huge value there. And then when we resell it, it's probably going to be to a flipper and they see the value in it there.
That's right. So now you got a real captive audience.
Yep.
You got there first.
That's it.
Because that's our talent. We're
it.
acquisitions people.
Yep.
We're not contractors. We're not real estate agents. We're not lenders for the most part. We're partners, money partners, but not lenders.
True.
The value is getting there first.
Perfect.
Join us tomorrow where Jill and I discuss the truth about neutral letters and open-ended land offers. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. We are Jack and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.